Hey everybody, Manny Talaber here. We're now on day 95 of the seven-figure climb. And what I'm going to talk about in this particular video is high-ticket coaching models. And so if you're selling a coaching program that's 5,000, 10,000 or more, I'm just going to give you some ideas on what those might look like. And what's interesting is the great thing about this is you can build out the coaching offer any way that you want to deliver it. You can essentially choose what you want to deliver and what all of that's going to look like. And so there are many ways to do it. And so Sam Evans, he had Quantum, and Quantum was 4 meetings. I think it was 4 meetings a year and went down to 3 or maybe 3 and it went up to 4. But it was either it was 30,000 a year and it was either 3 or 4 meetings a year, and you would meet in person and you would fly out to San Diego and you'd all be in a room for 3 days. And in that 3 days, it was mostly question and answer and discussion. And so Sam said he wasn't preparing anything. It was all about helping them get as much value and giving them ideas on how to build their business. So he wasn't doing a lot of training, but it was basically question and answer and discussion. And that's how he was doing it. And like I said, 3 or 4 times a year. And I think they were doing either 2 or 3 days. And so that's one coaching model. You can do a Rob Nixon in the accounting niche, very interesting coaching model. What they would do is 4 meetings a year in 4 meetings a year where they actually show up live in a room, and they're basically going over their goals and what it's going to look like. So they're doing that meeting. 45 days later, they do a Zoom meeting. And then 45 days later, they're doing another in-person meeting. And so there's 8 meetings a year, 4 in person and 4 online. And what that means is every 45 days, he's getting in front of those people and delivering value and helping them to grow. And Rob Nixon's in the accounting niche, I think, helping accountants scale their businesses. And that's the way he was doing his. And his business was all KPI based, which means key performance indicators. Key performance indicators would be how many leads are you getting, how many leads are you getting, how many people are you talking to, how many are you closing, where are they coming from. And so it was all about optimizing lead generation and conversion in the accounting space and where those clients were coming from. And so a lot of those people, maybe they're doing speeches at public events to get accounting clients, and they're doing 6 of those a year. So now he's going to have to do 12 a year. So where's the lead generation coming from? How can we improve that? But the deliverability was, like I said, 8 meetings a year. A lot of events are also course based, and so you can do a $5,000 or $7,500 course based product where they buy the course, they get all of the content in the course, and then they get a live Facebook group, and maybe you're doing live question and answer twice a month, like every other Friday in there. So you could set it up that way. And so when you're doing the live Q&A, you can do it on Zoom. You can also do them all on Zoom, or you can do them on Facebook, or you can do them on Facebook on Zoom and run them into a Facebook group. But it's more difficult to do that now with Facebook's new rules. And so you can do it that way. Another thing that you can do is you can just do a bi-weekly coaching call, and you can do a call or a Zoom where every 2 weeks you're just delivering content to the people. You're answering questions and delivering some content or something like that. And generally, this is another thing. When you're doing any of these things, they're about always recorded. So the benefit is if someone can't make it to San Diego, the event is recorded and it's put in a portal for people to be able to go back and watch later on. And so the great thing is you're constantly creating content. And so if you're doing Zoom, you can record it to your computer, you can record it to the cloud. if you're doing Zoom through Facebook, your Facebook's automatically recording it that way, and you can download those videos. And then what you can do is you can put them in a members area somewhere. So, if you're delivering content through Kajabi or Teachable or Thinkific, they're going to get the live meetings, but they're also going to get the recordings of the meetings. And a lot of times you might give them recordings of previous meetings as well. And that's a benefit there. I think talking more, I think black belt meets every 90 days, and Taki's trainings are content based. And so what's interesting about him, he has essentially 9 channels. He has Attract, Convert, and Deliver. And Attract has 3 channels, Convert has 3 channels, and Deliver has 3 channels. So 9 basic points of training that he teaches in black belt and boardroom. And he meets with them every quarter. As a matter of fact, he meets black belt every quarter and he meets boardroom every quarter. And I'll tell you how he sets that up. My understanding is either boardroom shows up first and he does 3 days with boardroom, and then right after that black belt shows up, or black belt shows up and then 3 days later he meets with boardroom. But essentially they're back to back in the same hotel. And so he's just basically going to that hotel and camping out for a week instead of doing one event. He's doing 2 events, but he does trainings in the black belt. And so what he will do, he will take one of those 9 channels and then he will do an actual 2-day deep dive training on one of those 9 channels, 2 or 3 days. And that's what he will discuss that. And then the next meeting, they will do a different one, and the next meeting, and so on. And so that's how he's laying his out. And so, like I said, you can do them in person. You can do them through Zoom. You can be product based. You can be live question and answer based. You can be training based. And then, like I said, any number of ways that you want to deliver them. You can do a live question and answer. You can do a live question and answer on Zoom once a week, and have a live training once a month on Zoom. So that's another hybrid of it. So they get a 2 or 3 hour actual training every 30 days. And then they're also getting live question and answer every week to answer any questions they have about the marketplace or whatever that looks like. And that works really, really well also. And so, like I said, what you want to think about is, how do you want to set it up? How do you want to sell it? And I can tell you just a little inside baseball. A lot of high ticket, and I'm talking higher tickets. So we're not talking about the $5,000 level, but at the $25,000, $35,000, $50,000 level, most of those trainings are event based or location based. And so if you get in one of those, like if you're in Russell Brunson's, if you're in Atlas, they meet every 90 days at a destination location. And so they're going to be in like Orlando in January, and in April they're going to be in Mexico or Cancun, and then in July they're going to be in Vegas. And I'm just giving you examples, but that's kind of what it looks like. So when you're charging those higher fees, it's usually a destination location. You're going to meet at a different place each time. But this is the thing. Some of those higher fees, you meet in the same place every time. Like when Frank Kern does it, he always has them come to the San Diego Hard Rock in San Diego. Always does it at the exact same place, same hotel, same venue, same conference room, and he does it that way so people can. So it's easier for people because they're comfortable with it, because they're going to the same place every time they meet. And that's kind of the way he does those. But a lot of times, when you see people selling very high ticket, like I said, $20,000, $25,000, $30,000 or whatever that looks like, a lot of times they're giving you access to a lot of content, and then they're giving you you know, so recorded content, a vault of material. And then on top of the vault of material, you're going to get access to coaches. And the coaches, what's interesting at the highest level, it's usually not the person selling it. Um, so like Russell Brunson's probably not going to do Zoom calls. You know what I mean? He's not going to meet on Zoom calls, but what he will do is he will have a whole bunch of different experts. Like I'll give you an example. Frank Kern's Inner Circle. Frank Kern has, so he has Tech Tuesday, Mindset Monday, Tech Tuesday, uh, Facebook Friday, which is Facebook ads, and he had like four, and they were every week, but someone else was delivering the content. And so a lot of these higher ticket programs, you're getting a vault of content. You're not getting a lot more access to the person selling it. You're going to get a lot of live question and answer, but the live question and answer is going to be through different experts. And so like when Russell Brunson sells the 2 Comma Club coaching, and which is, you know, very, very high fee. It's, I think, it's quarterly events where they do meet up, but there's also monthly live question and answer with tech. So you got a tech person, you got a Facebook ads person, you got an operations person, and these people, you have access to them, but you're not getting access to Russell. You're only getting access to Russell at the actual events, probably what it looks like. So I just thought I would kind of give you all some ideas on what all this looks like. And I could give you, like I said, I could give you 100 of these. What you want to do is decide how you want to deliver it and just deliver it that way. But we're going to end out, and I'll see you all on the other side. And thanks a lot.